is going to.
Hi, this is God Lily here, and this is February the 6th, 2012, and I'm here with the Uncle Dude. Dude.
Uncle to some of y'all, but dude. Either one y'all want to do.
But the reason that I think that, I was thinking about that uncle part. If that you're a philosopher the way I think you really are, you are sort of an uncle to everybody. You understand what I'm saying? You know how they used to use that. You know, your friend of the family, you became the uncle.
The uncle, yeah.
If you was the fucking person, you was the uncle.
Right, exactly. You're still the uncle. Yeah.
So but I understand. This is the dude for me.
Yeah.
And I've been women.
And by the way, I've been all of those uncles. Everyone she's described, I've been it. Okay,
You've been all the uncles.
Yeah, I've been all of those in somebody's life. You know? Ladies,
this is God Lily, and I'm always here with interesting young men. And I want you to know this is one of the men that I admire for his wisdom, and how he got it. I don't know, but all I know is that he's a very wise man, and we want to use this wisdom on the show. So he's got his Bible out, and we're going to discuss a lot of things. The first thing that I really do want to discuss is why do men want women half their age. And he was bringing that subject up that he says the women started it. So I'm gonna let him explain that to you.
Well, I say the women started it. First of all, we got a mother. Okay, men all have mothers. Okay, well, your mother is older than you. Okay, first of all, she gives you.
That's your first love.
That's your first love.
Shut up.
Woman. And first of all, she gives you titty milk. Okay, so we get used to the breast. I say younger and older. Okay, that is a older woman and a younger man syndrome. Okay, but as we grow, that's for women. But as we grow up, women are the ones who teach the men to go for older. I got your point. What about the little girls in the daddy syndrome? Because I took child psychology in college, and they said that the males are geared to be attracted to their mothers, and girls are geared to be attracted to the fathers. So now their first male that they look at is going to be the same as their father. A father.
The image they see, the same quality that's in their daddy is what they're going to be attracted to as a man.
Well, dad's an older man as well. Okay.
Very true.
Dad's an older man. And a young lady and a younger lady, just like all of us, are attracted to compliments. Dad's going to tell you he loves you. Dad's going to give you compliments. Dad's going to do.
And you want to please Dad.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you want to please Dad, but I know you want to hear those compliments.
Well, that's how
you're good.
Yeah, you're good girl. You're a princess.
Yes, all of these.
Okay, but what about the father that gives the daughter? So many men right now, the young men I know, and I don't know if this is a mistake or if this is great, but they want to make their daughters a little princess, and they want to give them everything. But what happens when they grow up and the men won't give them these things?
Well, that's
and they're just like their father. They're thinking they should be like their daddy.
It's a character flaw in life.
So you think that's the wrong thing or right? We don't know, do we?
Well, we don't know until we know. But character flaws are passed on. Maybe it wasn't Dad's fault. Maybe it was the person who raised Dad. Maybe it was the person who raised Dad.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Because we only know what we know from who we know. And if we're not willing to learn, who are we going to trust to reprogram us in life? Okay,
because we've been programmed from the beginning, even before birth. Our parents was programmed, and they programmed,
right.
And they're programmed.
And if they program was wrong, and you loved your mother and father,
right,
and you trusted them,
so you're gonna
because they're the first representative of God,
right?
They are your God,
right.
Mom and Dad.
That brought you
or at least Mom is, right? Your first representative of God. Your first prayer is to Mom. That's that cry. You're praying. That's a form of prayer.
Yeah.
So you're crying to your mother. You're praying to your mother, who is your God. So if this is your God, aren't you going to believe everything your God said?
Yes.
And if it was programmed wrong, who do you trust to program? Who do you trust to reprogram? Or do you just go with the flow and be programmed?
Well, I had to trust God within me to reprogram me.
There you go.
Because I saw that my mother had been programmed wrong. Even though she loved me dearly.
Did it out of love.
You see.
Did it out of love. I'm not going to say it was wrong or anything.
But everybody can't see that that's born here.
Right.
They don't see that they've been programmed wrong. They can't see it yet because
they
can't. Well, I think they don't see it.
At the end of the day, they're both the same. Can't and won't. At the end of the day, the result's the same. But how you get to those results are different. Okay? How you get to this result from Cain and how you get to this result from A are totally different. But the results in the end are the same.
That's true.
Yeah. So my standpoint on that is that little girls grow up father, some do. Little boys grow up mother. But one thing about that, if you look at it, it's an age difference. It's a love difference.
It is.
So men, although they think it's for the little girl, their daughters, some of that's done for themselves.
That's true.
Because we as men use those same practices when we date.
That's true.
I give you accolades. Hey, baby, you sure did look good today.
I had a young guy to tell me if I'd be a good girl.
See?
And that kind of like turned me on because he's so young. I'm like, Dad, why would he?
But
you understand what I'm saying?
They get the same accolades, and then men use those because they know they work.
They work.
And if they work, why change something that isn't broken? So therefore, men date younger women. And because of the fact women mature faster than men, they have to almost. It's just biological, physiological, physics say that you would do that. Because you're already mature. I'm not mature. You don't, I can try to, we're the same age, but mentally and physically, we're not.
Okay, so then
and until I get there, do you want to talk to me? Because the whole ultimate thing about this whole thing, relationships and everything came from be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so if we're being fruitful and multiply, we want to multiply the strongest species. You want the best genes. I want the best genes to keep me going.
And science says we're attracted to that. The genes that make you multiply, you're attracted. Females attracted to that, males attracted to that. That'll make you want to copulate.
You got that PhD in that, so you probably would know that. I just say God said it would be so, and it's so. Just because it's the God.
Right.
Okay, it's your show, so we're gonna put it.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, we'll go with that. But that is the scientific part about it.
Yeah, because they said, you actually really are attracted to that male that you're gonna be able to. Reproduce with, yeah.
Right.
And even if they don't, it's not what you really want. Have you ever noticed that? You end up getting that baby.
No, because it's not about what you want. It's about being fruitful and multiply. I didn't ever read it, and you can find it in there. That you can be fruitful and multiply with the one you love.
Read it.
It doesn't say that. Be fruitful and multiply with the one you love. You can look it up. Anybody can look it up. It never says that. It just says be fruitful and multiply. Now, does it procreate with the people you love and be equally yoked, be equally yoked and not unequally yoked and all of that? And if you did all that, you would.
You probably wouldn't reproduce though.
Yeah, but watch this.
Because then you're looking for too much.
In the old.
And then by the time you get through going through all of that, you done lost the desire to reproduce.
Right. But in the old, you would never get tired because you live forever. And if we're living forever, we're never too old. There's no time on forever. So if you were 1,000, when you found Mr. Right or that was the one for you, then you reproduced. But you had time to wait. But since we're in this modern communication, this computer age, this next generation, we reproduce it now. They got kids reproducing at 4. You can almost reproduce at birth now with all the stuff that's in the air and things, the chemicals that are going on.
But we always reproduce early and all the way to late. It was like, excuse me, the way God did it, he started the woman to be able to reproduce like 13. And so could the boy.
Right.
And you could do it all the way until 1,000 years almost. You see what I'm saying?
As long as you're here, you can do it.
Yeah.
Because we were here forever. We are
and our body will reproduce.
Yeah, we are forever people.
Actually, it still does. Yeah. Except that our mind destroys it.
Yes.
Our thoughts destroy our own body.
Yeah. Go back to the book.
Yeah.
So mind thinketh, so is he.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but people don't. I don't know why we're not getting that.
Yeah.
I mean, in the churches, that's why I don't even really go.
Yeah.
Because they never teach you how to think like a God. The devil's behind the
And
pulpit, and guess what he's doing? You go. If every church I go to, all they preach about is the devil.
Don't he get fame?
He get more fame than any God
I'd say
ever.
if it was my church, he wouldn't get nothing.
Me
we wouldn't
either.
even talk about it.
Me either, because he wouldn't even exist.
Yeah.
As far as
How
I'm
are we
concerned,
talking-
because according to the Bible, he has no power.
And
But they teach you he has so much power in church.
according to the
That's why I don't
Bible,
go.
And according to this Bible, if we read it, an understanding of it, he's not a devil, he's an angel.
Yes.
He could never be nothing but an angel.
That's right.
What he originally was.
And he was a
we
son of
all-
God.
Yes.
That one was so terrible,
Yeah.
because when the sons of God came together in Job, Satan came also. He couldn't have came if he wasn't a son.
And also, he has the same powers as the rest of us.
I know.
So
now
it's
we either
not-
could be a God, or we could be like our other, the adversary, Satan.
Watch this.
You could be
And
either
it's
or,
not-
but you still got power.
And it's not that you're not in a God-like state. You're just absence of God. That's all
Yeah.
devil is your absence of
Right.
God.
Absent from God. That's it.
That's all. That's all it
Because
is.
see, God created
farther-
the devil,
The light's
and
gonna
that's
be-
what people don't understand. I had a church lady tell me that God, if her God created a devil, she wouldn't serve him. I said, but that's what God has. He has everything in him, and everything that's here came from him.
Well, let me ask
The
you
good
this.
and the evil exist because of
What is
God.
it? Romans says it all works in
For God.
for God.
Yeah.
All of
I
this,
think
even bad. It's in Romans.
It's in Romans.
I heard it today. It's in Romans.
Yeah, well, I did a class on that.
Yeah, all works together
For God, the good of God.
For the good of God.
Yeah.
Now,
All the good, all the evil, everything.
so it's not evil.
Well, they
It's
call
not
it evil,
bad.
but it's not evil.
It's not anything.
It's really
still-
all working for the good.
All it is good, working for good.
That's right.
Call it whatever you want,
want
but
to.
it's working for good. If I have to come down here and kill everybody here, it must have been for good.
Yeah, because without the
Because
evil, you wouldn't
you
have
know-
good. Wait a minute.
Wait.
You could never know good without evil, and you could never know evil without good. You
We
could.
gotta go back to the
You
Adam
couldn't.
and Eve time, the Garden of Eden. and
They didn't
stuff
know good
like
or
that.
evil, did they, in the beginning?
It was neither. It was
Right.
it was just.
But
it.
they was not a God,
It was
though.
just- it is
They
what
was
it
not
is.
God.
No, it
They
is
wasn't
what
little
it
gods.
is.
Not
It wa-
until they took from the fruit. Then they
it
became
is
gods.
What it is.
So now, would you want to be like Adam and Eve, or would you want to be the gods that we are today? That we have a
That
choice
was-
to choose
that
the
was
good
That
from
was the debate at the garden.
Yeah.
Whether you want to be a god or do you want to be Adam and Eve?
Well, that's the only thing Satan told him. He really didn't lie to him, you know. When he told him that you'll be a little G, he told the truth. To know good and evil. And he said you wouldn't die.
Yeah.
Because your
And
spirit
he-
never really do
watch
die,
this.
you know. The body does, but your
Exactly.
spirit doesn't.
And he told them, he didn't tell them nothing.
But they didn't know.
Wait, y'all chose to do what you do. Just because I tell you, Lily, there's some money at the bank.
I'm supposed to go get it, rob it, unless I couldn't get it.
Well, you did go get it, but that don't mean I enticed you to go get it. Just because I told you there's gold and it's going to make you rich.
You could go in the back door, it's open.
Yeah, and it's going to make you rich. They don't never tell you about the back door right there, but it's always open for you to get your money. Now, nothing tells you to go get it. That didn't say go get it.
Okay, so that's what we're going to start at today. And the serpent was more subtle than the beasts of the field, which the Lord God made. And he had said unto the woman, ye have said God, ye have God said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the tree of the garden, but of the fruit of that's in the midst of the garden, God has said, ye shall not eat of that, neither shall you touch it, lest you die. He didn't say that touch thing. But then we'll be right back, because we only go 15 minutes at a time. And we'll be right back. That's what these